Hallelujah. Please listen to this revelation that I'm about to share with you now. 10 benefits of hearing God's voice, part 2. 10 benefits of hearing God's voice, part 2. Number 1, when God's voice speaks to you, He withdrawed the sleep comforts of your helpers until they do His will. Ask Abraham in Genesis. God appeared to Abimelech in a dream and spoke to him not to touch Sarah. Number 2, when you are following God's voice, door tends to eventually open for you, even if they mostly slam at first. Eventually open for you. Number 3, God's voice shall give you unequal miracle evidence. You will always be a miracle candidate. Hearing from God usher you into destination without confusion. It acts as the right vehicle to get you to your destination. Number 4, when you hear from God, you will never be starved. You will never be starved. You will never be starved of direction. God's voice will always show up for you. Accumulate in your mind when you hear from God. The world will not grind you under. Number 6, God's voice turns your sorrow into song by fire. By force. You can also get that in chapter 1 verse 19. God spoke to Anna through Ella the prophet. She became pregnant and her sorrow was turned into a song. Number 7, when you hear from God, when you hear God's voice, your life will be filled with success stories. God's voice directs you. He makes your life to end up in credit and surplus, not loses. Not you don't need to, you don't lost anything at all because of the voice of God. Number 8, when you hear God's voice, you will become a bone that your enemy cannot crack. A life equal, a life equation they can never decode, understand, or solve. That is when you hear the voice of God. Number 9, when God's voice directs and controls your footsteps, His voice will send confusion to every satanic demotion, equator, planning your downfall. Number 10, which is the last, God's voice gives you direction, power to counter the wicked. Power, so God's voice gives us direction. These are the 10 points that I just shared with you. God bless you, and it's going to help you. Hallelujah.